We are live from the Nashville Palace where the stars drop in. We talk about music, we talk about hunting, fishing, whatever we've got going on. Nashville Palace ties to just about every genre you could think of. Welcome to the Nashville Palace where the stars drop in, our podcast. My name is Bobby Johnson. It's Barrett Hobbs. We have some special guests today, definitely stars that have dropped in with us. We have Miss Lorrie Morgan and Mr. Jesse Keith Whitley with us.
Thank you.
It
Glad
is
to
great.
be here.
Yeah, it's great to see y'all. Great to have y'all. We've had a lot of great guests, and we've been excited about this one.
Thank you.
Mo has made us a great spread of what scoreboard represents in the hot chicken world.
He sure has.
Which is always so good.
I'm getting a little scared.
A little scared. You are no stranger to hot chicken.
I am not,
At
and
all.
I tell you what, that one over there is kind of spooking me a little bit,
dark,
but
a little
I
dark.
like the hotter the better.
Yep, it's warm.
I
guarantee you
raised
that
my
one's warm.
kids on that.
Oh yeah,
That's why they're crazy.
and that's how I got into it. When Dad would take me over when I was a kid, you know, Ronnie was my dad, and he would take me to Prince's, and we'd be generally the only two white people in there
That's right.
on a Friday night. And I would go home with him, and he worked down here running the hotels and stuff for my granddad. And he'd come home and get me, and it'd be 10, 11 o'clock at night. Say, you want to go get some hot chicken? And
That was the good
he was
old
like,
days.
man, yeah, I want to go hang out with my dad.
Yeah,
So he would take me.
brown sacks.
Oh, man. And
but
then
we
you-
had to eat in the back.
Yeah.
If you had stayed there, the white people ate in the back,
and
and we loved it.
It was-
we didn't care.
piece of Nashville that's gone.
Yeah, it
You know,
is.
that and Mary's over on Jefferson.
Yep.
Where you'd eat barbecue on the hood of a car on a Friday night, like an old drive up. And you'd go up to the window and order barbecue and literally just eat it on the hood of your vehicle.
Yeah.
The hot chicken, I'd go back home and I'd do more digging on the chicken than eating at 10. He'd say, is that hot? And I'd say, no. And I'd run to the bathroom, put my face under the sink just so I
what
wouldn't
we
look like
did.
a sissy.
That's
you
what
know?
we did. Yeah.
We appreciate you guys coming in and chatting with us today. And there's the Palace's history going back to 77. There's certain artists and friends and family that have helped keep the Palace relevant from then to now. And Lorrie, from before we get into all the stories and things, you had such a special spot in my grandfather's heart that John A. loved you like a daughter. He was so
Loved
proud
him.
of you.
I loved him. Say, come here, Lorrie. I loved him. And, you know, I actually opened the Nashville Palace.
Yes, I know. Yeah,
Jerry Reed, it's called Jerry Reed's Nashville Palace. Me and Sedana, and I was on one side and she was on the other. And and I was just thinking when I was coming down the road here, the Palace used to be on the corner.
yes.
And I don't know how that switcheroo happened.
Well, what happened was Granddad started out with him and two McCredman brothers
Yeah.
and the Rudy family. So there was 5 or 6 of them. And John A. was younger than all of them. So as they passed away, it went from 5 partners, and the McCredmans, each one of them had 11 kids and one had 10.
Good Lord.
And
Catholic,
they got
good old McCredmans.
Yep. So that's what happened was his partnership went with from 2 guys to 22, and they started suing each other, and we got drug into it, and we didn't have a dog in the fight,
Right,
but the partnerships got pulled in.
right.
So John A. said, you know what, it's been a good run. Let's sell this 26 acres. So they sold the 26 acres. He closed the Palace. And it was going to be the Walmart development that's up on Dickerson Road in Briley.
Yep.
That whole complex was going to be here.
I'm so glad it's not.
Me too. Me too. Me too.
Amen to that.
So the Rudies got a group together and raised $1 more than what Walmart was going to pay. And Granddad voted and said it ought to go back into the family that was here first.
Good for him.
So the Palace lives on.
It does.
That's what happened.
And I brought him up in the Palace
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of the first shows I played was
here.
here.
Yes.
I think the stage was like over there.
Yeah, it got flip-flopped.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
it was
so
over there. And I did it with who? Ron?
Well, Ron was here. Yes, you did.
Yeah, Ron
Ron
Gaddis
Gaddis.
brought me in to
Gaddy.
play with the band. and it was
I was a wreck.
I was a train wreck. I mean, it was.
Well, Ron told us, he said, it's time. He's ready. And I said, I don't know. I'm a nervous wreck. He said, do you trust me? And I said, no. I never have. He said, well, you got to believe me tonight. So he got up there and.
How'd you do?
Awful.
Oh, you did not.
It was horrible.
You were not.
Because you were scared?
great.
You
I was
didn't
scared to
think
death.
awful?
I did Rose-Colored Glasses was one of the songs I did, John Conley, and did Rose-Colored Glasses, and I think Miami, if I'm not
You
mistaken.
did Miami.
Damn.
And
You picked a tough one.
I know I did those two for sure, but it was, I mean, I was young. I've still got the picture floating around. I
Yeah.
was in like a flannel shirt, bald-headed,
Cowboy hat.
bald-headed.
You got
How
to get
old
us a
were you?
picture.
I'll get you.
Not,
19,
19, okay.
No, not even maybe.
no, I don't know.
17, 18, 19, somewhere around in there.
Yeah, we'd love to get that picture.
I'll definitely
Put it
get
up.
you a copy of it. I've
People were
got it.
talking to me while he was singing. I was like, please shut up.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I mean, don't talk to a mother when their son's or their child's up on stage.
It was like the debut too.
Yeah,
like
and
it
it was
was
like-
like
Oh my goodness.
it was kind of when I decided, like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
I'm going to try this. I'm going to do it. Yeah.
So was Gaddis with the Jones Boys, or did Gaddis just put together a band?
It was a band it was a regular band that they had the certain shift here, I think.
You know what? Ron might have been with George, but it wasn't the Jones Boys.
Yeah, he was still with George at the time.
He was just sitting in and helping and
Yeah.
singing some side gigs and whatever. And
Was it a daytime? I think
no, it was early evening.
yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't late at night.
It was nerve, and it wasn't. I don't know why it was so nerve wracking. I mean, I've been out on stage with her before.
Well, I imagine putting a microphone in
I'm
front
going
of
to
you.
tell you something about
Yeah.
singing in Nashville around your peers, around people you know, and we all know who was there that night. The girl you were dating then, and her
Yeah.
mom, and
Yeah.
everybody, and it makes you more nervous
There's a
than
lot.
people you don't know.
It is. It is.
Oh yeah, I'd rather walk in front of a crowd of 50,000 people I don't know than,
Yeah.
In South Georgia.
than 50 that I
Yeah.
do know.
Right.
You
When
know?
I moved here in 2000, it was intimidating to sing. You know, I sang a ton back home, but coming here, you're right. Being
Yeah.
on a stage
Yeah.
in Nashville just made like,
I remember working with George. George would always say, "Why y'all got to make me play in Nashville? You know I can't." And he'd almost cancel almost every time because it was like, "Why are you making him play in Nashville? He don't want to play in Nashville. He's scared to death."
Well, that's the way it
Which
was.
is stunning.
Yeah, that's the way it was when I did the circuit downtown. Me and Scott Collier.
Yeah.
You know, we did the 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. shift, acoustic. It don't get no easier than that.
Right.
You know, and I'd look down, and my mom, my grandmother, my sister would be walking in, and I'm like, this, and it would just change. Like you would just feel
Yeah,
the
you just
nerves,
feel
like. You know,
You
starting
want
at
to make
10
them
a.m.
proud. It doesn't
seems to
matter
be
if
a
you're.
thing.
And Mom was so funny. She'd say, "Hi, Jesse."
that seems to be a thing. You know, we were started doing big shows back here in the back room of the Palace, and we were trying to get artists, and we were reaching out through management companies to get artists. And there was a lot of people that were, you know, A and B class that didn't want to play Nashville.
Yeah.
For that simple fact of it was Nashville.
It's
and,
scary.
And it was, you know, the crowds are just different. Like I will totally learn that.
They're
I went
worse.
to, you know, I went to West Virginia and opened for the Davison Brothers, just acoustic, and those people were 10 deep at the front of the stage, loving every word of
Yes,
what you're
yes.
singing. Where here in Nashville, folks are just yapping.
Yeah,
popping
and
around,
they're like,
it's-
I'm like, "What do you want us to do? Strip?"
Well, and I mean, I know I've heard multiple times, like we've been, I think we've been doing the Whitley show here for a long time. And I mean, it's always a point like, hey, when we've got these acoustic acts up here,
Listen.
like
Please
not
be
trying to be
quiet.
rude, but shh.
Yeah.
do him like old
Just-
Dean
Well,
Dillon did. He's
be
just
quiet.
like, y'all take your asses on outside if you want to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One night, that's great. Dean actually was in here one night and he was playing, and it was the first time that I think he played an official show at the Palace in a long time. And he was nice enough to come do it. And he had his stool sitting there with a Dr. Pepper beside him and had his guitar, and this room, the back area, is where the jibber jabber happens, the Nashville hang-arounders.
Yeah.
And then the people up front were the people honed in.
Yeah.
And that back room, the back area, you can hold 250, 300 people.
There's a
And
lot
if
of
they're
loud.
all talking,
It's loud.
you get that gibber. And he sits there at the mic and goes, all right, I'll just say this one time. If y'all are here to talk, get the fuck out.
Just like that.
And it was like silence.
Well,
it
you know
ended
what? And I wish I had the
Cojones.
yes
Yeah.
to say that.
Owners just
And I had
in the
cojones.
in the key of Kirkjaw.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill us one.
Well,
So
for
that's
for any of the listeners that don't know, Jesse is a comedian by trade.
He is.
He is hilarious. We've had some great laughs, and he's got some great impressions, and we may get into that here in a little while. We'll do a
Oh
couple
God,
of them.
please, yes.
I love it.
I call him up from the road and say, "Please do some Trump for me, or
Yeah.
please do some Kershaw."
Yeah, and I'm working on a few new ones right now. I'm working on Denzel Washington.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Working on that one. That one's a tough one. And
that's definitely different than Denzel.
all right, okay, yeah, Jay, it is. It's
Denzel's
definitely
different.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a tough one to pull off, but there's a couple more that I've got up my sleeve. But I like doing them.
So we know where you cut your teeth. I've never heard. Where's the first place that I'm sure your dad pulled you up somewhere.
Yes,
What's your first memory of
singing
being up?
on stage.
Yeah.
Well, my dad used to do, when he was in town, he would do the Ralph Emery Morning Show, which, for people who don't know, is a show that came on at 5 in the morning to 7. And my dad used to do that show quite a bit for Ralph. They were great friends, and Dad and Marty Robbins and a bunch of them would go out there and do the morning show. And I happened to go with Dad on a Christmas little show they were doing out there. It was like, again, 5 in the morning. And I got to sing I'm Getting Nuttin' for Christmas. And I was like 6.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, this is cool. You know, I'll do this all the time. And then the songs got a little bit harder. Things like Silent Night and it would show my voice quivering, and I was scared, and you'd see my mic shaking, and it was just and then I worked on my camera angles, you know, how to look at the cameras when the red light was on and this, that, and the other. And then finally I was 13 and he asked me to be on the Grand Ole Opry, and I got a stomach ache immediately. I was
Right.
like, I can't do this.
Right.
And I worked up to it, and in 1973, I think, was my first time on the Ryman Auditorium stage.
Now, how old were you at that time when you finally got the mustard to go?
I was 13.
You did. You ended up doing it. You didn't get sick.
I was sick.
Okay.
Yeah, I was sick. I was in the bathroom a while.
Oh, wow.
And I was so mad at people. It was like I was telling you, when he's on stage singing and people want to talk to me, and I'm standing there, they know. And these guys, these old musicians and entertainers, they used to mess with people when they knew it was your first time on. And my dad knew I was a wreck, and he said, "Are you okay to do this?" And I said, I think so. And he said, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I went back and rehearsed Paper Roses with Leon Rhodes and a bunch of the Opry band. And I got done and I looked at Leon and I said, what do I do if I get an encore? He said, well, you won't, but if you do,
Thanks, buddy.
I was like in shock.
Classic.
And my dad said, I'll look over at you before I introduce you, and if you want to come out, you give me a head shake, and if you don't, just say no, and I'll go to the next song. And Lonzo and Oscar were standing there talking to me, and I was thinking, please shut up. And I love those guys.
Yeah. Just leave me
But my
alone.
dad was talking, and I was nervous, and he finally looked over, and I went, and he just took it upon himself. He
It's
just
time to do it.
called me out, and I did it.
That is who was on the show? Do you remember
Have
who else?
no
was
idea.
Just all blank.
It's all blank. I remember Grant Turner being there. I remember Alonzo and Oscar and the Opry staff band, and Dad. And that's it. And I have the picture of Dad standing, watching me sing he never left the stage. He
Right.
stood right there by me.
Right.
I stood there at the piano.
What a memory.
Yeah, and I've
great.
got the picture, and it's awesome. Yeah.
That is something. And you know, as we've done this podcast, you know, we're keeping them all in, and then we'll get them lined up, and you know, we'll do the big release for these with the Spotify channel that we're working on. And Ralph Emery's show's been brought up so many
I
times.
bet 1,000
I think
times.
every podcast we've done.
Yeah, either they watched it or they, like you know, they performed on it. And
I was a regular on his TNN, the Nashville Now show. I was
Right.
on 3 nights a week.
yeah, and I've told this story because my granddad used to tell this about you. And,
Oh,
and-
God.
and-
John, be easy.
Yeah.
John.
Yeah, of all the stories, I think you'll appreciate this one. I don't know how many times I heard him say, let me tell you something about Lorrie. The hardest working girl that ever came through in his eyes, and many were you, because you would get up in the morning and go play the early show, go to St. Bernard's to school,
Yep.
which St. Bernard's, for those that don't know, was an all-girls Catholic school that my mom went to as well.
Really?
Yeah. And my aunts, we had a whole slew of them that
my
went
gosh.
there. And then you would go to school all day, then come out, go do other things, then end up singing at the Palace
That's
or
right. That's right.
wherever you were going to go.
Anywhere, anybody that take me, I would be like, I'll sing.
You were doing it. That's
Yeah.
great.
So for a high school kid to get up at 4:00 in the morning or so, go do a local broadcast for maybe a song or one song and maybe two, and then go to school all day. You know, when I hear
Maybe.
people,
Well, maybe
Maybe.
I'd go to school
Maybe.
all day. I have been known to leave
yeah.
school.
Well, I went to Father Ryan, so
Oh,
I know
my God.
exactly. I know exactly what
What
get
year
out
did
leave.
you
school or two.
graduate?
I was last class, the
Before-
old school. So Jeremy Palmer, who was one of my buddies, and your nephew, right? Is
Yeah,
he
my nephew, my first nephew, Jeremy.
Yeah, so Jeremy was at Ryan 2 years ahead of me.
Okay.
So he was.
So you're younger than Jeremy.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just more well preserved than I. You know, Sherry's taken care of him through the years. I've just been rogue. Or Chrissy.
I was going to say, wait,
Yeah.
you don't tell Chrissy about
yeah,
Sherry.
Yeah, that's her sister. Sherry was 1 year behind me, and Chrissy's obviously his wife. I was with Jeremy. Last week drinking beer at the corner pub. We still good buddies.
I love the corner pub.
Me too.
He's a good dude.
Yes, he is.
Good time.
So your music went from your dad pulling you on the Opry stage and singing, and then playing with Ralph Emery, and then when did record deals come in? When did all that?
You know, it was tough back then. It really was. It's even tougher now in a different era of my life. It's a new tough. But back then, I mean, I was like wallpaper. I mean, I've been there, you know. No, I wasn't the new thing in town. Everybody knew me because of Dad and because of Ralph Emery. And so these new girls would come to town, and they would consequently be the ones to get the deals, you know. And then I got a publishing deal at Acuff Rose, who owned Hickory Records, and that was my first record deal. They signed me as a receptionist, then they signed me as a songwriter, and then they signed me to their label. So that kind of got the ball rolling on record deals.
I've never thought of it that way, that you were such an established person here that it would have worked against you.
It did.
I never thought about that, but
Yeah.
it makes
It makes
total
sense, though,
it makes
if you think
total
about it. It
sense.
definitely does because you're like a
Yeah.
staple in town already. So it's to showcase.
I'm a building in town.
To showcase
country-
you.
That's a
To
country
showcase
song,
you
the
gets done all
wallpaper
the time.
line. That is a song right
I
there.
know.
Sorry, Bobby.
No, you could just you were a constant showcase just about every day of the week somewhere. Playing.
Y'all,
as
I
much
would
as you
leave
did.
school and go down to Music Row in my St. Bernard uniform and knock on labels' doors with my guitar.
I can believe that. For sure.
And and they never called my mom or dad and said, "Hey, your kid's out of school."
That's a
They
good
never
old
got a
days.
call.
Yeah. As long as you show up, they just assumed you were there.
Yeah, well,
You know.
So the first song that took hold for you, I didn't do my research. What year was that?
It's
and what
okay.
song was
my first big record was 5 Minutes.
Yes.
My first top 10 was Dear Me. It went to number 9. And 15 was Trainwreck of Emotion, and then from then on it just
Went on and on.
kept going, and
Yeah.
I got lucky. I did.
Well, you did great. You mentioned the name of Lorrie Morgan to anybody, they know who that is. That's for sure. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
you are one of those artists that your work ethic and your talent always there's nobody when your name's brought up that ever goes,
Well,
like you said, Bobby, who and that what?
That's-
Mm-hmm.
You're one
Y'all
of
are
the
being sweet.
icons.
Now I feel good.
You really are.
It's the truth.
because I felt bad yesterday.
I told you yesterday. I tell you all the time. That's the truth. It's 100% the truth.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
But it changes so quickly in this industry.
Yep.
You're
Overnight,
and my
almost.
dad and my
Yeah.
mom lived by this saying. My mom and I've adapted it. It's chicken one day and feathers the next.
That's right.
And
Like a cloud of smoke.
Yep.
Just poof.
Yep.
That's good.
So Jesse played the Daryl Singletary tribute with us this year.
Yeah.
Man, you did awesome. You did great.
yeah,
Thank
You
you.
had there was some people that were on the lineup. I didn't even know were on there until I host that every year, and of course we got Kurt and all them do the stuff with it now, and they're like cracking the whip on me all the time, and then I like
Kurt Webster cracking the whip. No way. Don't
Yeah.
believe that for a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, the little dictator.
Then I like turned around and he's like, "F you, man."
Yeah.
And I had Cletus T. Judd with me this year. That was a fun.
Oh, Cletus. I love
You showed up.
Cletus,
You
man.
were sitting back there with us too.
I sat back there.
yep.
Yeah,
You and Mr. Worley were there, and then Jesse got up. You did a great job.
you did a great job.
It's always a good show.
That was
Every
fun, man.
year
It-
we do that.
yeah,
It's-
it's-
I
it
like
is a good
doing
time.
acoustic.
me and
things
Barrett had
sometimes.
made that vow whenever we lost Daryl, because Daryl used to come and sit on the deck with us and just pick guitars
Oh,
and
yeah.
eat crappie. We'd fry up a bunch of crappie that Barrett's daddy would catch. And we'd sit out there in flip flops and shorts and play music till the bars would close at 3 and we'd still be out there hanging
They
out.
just
Yeah, he
drop
was our
buckets of
buddy.
beer off and say, "We'll clean them up tomorrow."
Yeah.
And they clean
And then when he passed away, me and Barrett were like, "Man, let's do this thing for Holly and the kids." And first shows we put together all by ourselves was the first shows we did.
Yep.
And hosted them up, and it just had it wasn't hard to find great artists to want to come and hold tribute for Daryl Singletary
No, he was a special one.
for sure.
That's for damn sure.
And I like now that we tie it in with the NWTF week, we have it during that week because Daryl loved a turkey
Yeah,
hunt,
it makes sense.
and the crowd fits perfect with it. With it being during
It
that
was
whole convention.
slammed.
It was
this
a good.
year.
It,
Good
it was
walk.
good. It was a great crowd. But what I like about that night is it's a little bit of the opposite of what you described to an extent, where it's kind of a party with respect.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. You don't see those Nashville nights. That's a throwback night to
That's
me.
right. Yes.
That it feels like it did in the 80s and
Yeah.
early 90s. But when they're singing, everybody, for the most part, will shut up and
Yeah.
pay attention.
Especially artists.
Yeah.
Will shut up.
Yeah, they do. They do. And they want to hear a story about Daryl, and they've done
Yeah.
a good job of
Yeah.
bringing in different people so we don't hear the same stories every year.
Yeah.
Although some we do, and they're great, so it's good to have
I have
it.
a great Daryl story.
Please share it.
Can y'all bleep?
You can
We
let
are-
it rip. We're
All right.
rated R.
Yeah,
So-
we're ready to.
Oh, Now you tell us.
So Daryl and I were great friends. I mean, we worked the road together. We were like brother and sister, and I would get him smashed. Smashed. And he would always say, why am I so drunk and you're not? Well, I had a little way I would handle it, and he drank a lot more than I did, but we wouldn't look, and I'd pour mine in his. And we just had a blast.
Yeah.
He would call me at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'd call him.
Yeah.
He'd say, whatever. And so I started dating Randy, my late husband. And bless his heart, if you've never been in the industry, you don't get it. Mm-hmm. Okay? You don't get it. So we were laying there sleeping, and about 2 o'clock in the morning, my phone rang by the bed. And Randy said, hello, and it was Daryl drinking. He said, hey, I'm going to talk to Lorrie. And Randy said, who is this? He said, that don't matter, let me talk to Lorrie. He said, buddy, I'm not waking her up. Who is this? He said, it's Daryl. He said, I'm not waking her up at 2 o'clock in the morning. He said, man, I don't want to fuck her. All I want to do is talk to her.
That is classic.
And him
Daryl
and Randy
Singletary.
would say that to each other every time we saw.
That is
They went over that
too
story.
funny.
Yeah,
That is great.
and it was
Daryl
true.
was fun. We did. That was about the time we were opening Whiskey Mint downtown. Me and Barrett, we would find some artists to come and do some shows, and we did Chestnut, and it was always like cash in a bag with Daryl. We'd be like, hey man, here's some cash. Come do it. Hell yeah, I'll come down and do a show. And
Yeah,
we get to spend the whole day together. But then we got to be pretty tight as far as talking on the phone and talking about turkey hunting. And that's one thing I regret was we were planning on going turkey hunting that year together. We'd already made a pact we were going to go together, and we lost him. But I scared the hell out of him on the I-40 up here one day. I knew it was him because I just knew his truck, and I snuck up right next to him, got the truck right there, and laid on the horn. And he was on the phone with somebody, and he like jumped out the damn truck. And then he calls me on the phone. You son of a scared the hell out of me.
He was a good one.
Just a great guy, man.
We were down at Losers one day, and he had that black Chevy, or was it GMC? Black GMC?
And it had like had the tan
Yeah.
tire wheels on it.
And we were all sitting on the back patio. It was me, Irv, and I think this back when Jamie was drinking.
Yeah.
And it's been a
Hollow-eyed.
yeah, it'd been a while.
I've seen you like that before.
Oh yeah, I've been
was
there.
Rodriguez there too?
No, it was middle of the day. It
Her
was middle of the
question still
day.
stands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was middle of the day, and we ended up at Daryl had come in, had a couple beers, and took off up the street somewhere. I don't know. We don't know where he went, what he was doing. He said he had an appointment or a meeting. And we went out to the parking lot, and we took every cone we could find, and we lined the whole truck from the back corner of the tailgate to the front headlight. I mean, there was 20 cones on his truck when he got back. And he didn't even bother picking them up. He opened the door, put the truck in reverse, and drove out of the parking lot. Shit was going all over the parking lot. It was hilarious.
He don't care.
Yeah, it was Donna Lee was there. It was great. It was a fun day.
Donna's got probably some of the best Singletary stories. She's got one with y'all.
The story
right
about
now.
him getting locked out of the damn bus and having to bust through go through the back window is a good one. That's a good one.
That's a far drop for Daryl.
Yeah.
Come out of the back of a bus.
He had to go up it.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell he could have got up
Yeah.
And the
there.
new KC, it was like a neon KC light on the top deck of that truck, and he pulled up out here in the parking lot one evening, and he had it shining it up on the deck. Like, who the hell? I thought it was the police. I'm like, who the hell is that? And it's some other, I'm checking my light. It's bright as hell, ain't it? Bright as hell.
So the Valley, we always have had a lot of characters, and one you brought up right as we got started. I have had so many laughs with Ron Gaddis in my life. And I mean, the characters of all characters. We used to sit on the back of the scoreboard. We had a little picnic table, and Chris Levering that owned Gray Line, and my dad and me and Pee Wee and Gaddis. Pee Wee would hang in there with us for a while, but Gaddis we would play Tonk. Literally, we would meet 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night, and sometimes play till the daybreak the next
You know,
morning.
what year was that?
You're not going to be able to blame me.
I am.
Yeah, so he was
Oh, yes,
living
I
in
am.
Kentucky at the time. He was up there still. So I would say 2000.
Oh, you're good.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm in the clear. I'm in
Okay,
the
yeah,
clear.
yeah.
So
I was already dead. I mean, dead.
Wow.
I was already done and gone.
yes, yeah, you'd punch that ticket
Yeah, I
with
did.
him, and he was. But I have to say, and he would sit and play, and just talented as hell.
Yes,
just
he
had
was.
so much talent. And for those that are listening that don't, I just say Ron Gaddis, like everybody knows
Yeah.
Ron, and half the world does, and the other half has seen him. He was always to the right of George Jones. And really through the later years helped George a whole lot by just harmonizing right with him.
Right with him.
And he was so good. If George forgot the words, Ron would watch. And if you watch old videos,
I've watched him.
Ron
Yes, sir.
is singing, watching George
Every minute.
all the way. And when George would slip up, Ron would catch it. And
Yeah.
vocally, the
He'd take
crowd
over.
never knew.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
It
Yeah.
was amazing how he was in sync. Hell, Ron never looked at the audience the later years. It was just
was
constant
just right on
there to
George.
pick him up.
Yeah.
You know,
And that's a
And-
shame too that that he had to get let go from the George Jones show. But George had straightened up, and Ron was
he's still running.
he got out of rehab, and then he relapsed, and it just it was the saddest. It was the saddest day. It was the saddest year I've ever lived with, knowing Ron. And Ron and I talked all the time. He'd call
Yep.
me up and again, 2:00 in the morning, Mommy. He was always calling me Mommy. And we'd have to talk about George. We'd have to talk about the kids, about Jesse's career and more. I said, but can't we talk in the day sometime? I was
always in the middle of the
always
night.
in the middle of the night.
Zombie time,
Yeah.
nighttime.
He would play cards, and it was always so funny. We would sit down, and he'd pull some money out, set it on always in front of each of us. We'd all have our own pile. And when you'd lose at I got it or Tonk, usually you had to match the pot. Well, I got it, you always did. So Ron would never bring all of his money. He had an old wooden cigar box that he kept in the front seat of his truck. And he'd take a lick or two. And we're sitting there and we're like, Ron, we know you've got money in the truck. Here's $200. Don't delay the game.
Yeah.
We'll just keep, no, I'm going to go to the cigar box. So, man, he'd go to the cigar box sometimes 8 or 9 times through the night, and he would only go, he was like a cat. A cat will only eat a little bit and not
Yeah,
eat it all.
yeah.
So instead of just going to get $1,000 and being done for the night, he'd go get $100, bring it back. He'd lose it. Go get another 100, bring it back.
Oh, my God.
Then he'd win for a little while, and then he wouldn't have to go to the box. But a talented guy and a character, you got to share a Gaddis story.
I've got so
I know,
many.
I know. You got to dig one out that you don't mind sharing, because I know there's some that would, you might not want to share.
Well, let me think about it for a
right.
while, so I don't put y'all on hold.
Yeah, and I can remember in Music Valley, and you may remember this, and it's about your dad. It's the first time that I ever met your dad, and I was a young fella. And my granddad and Orba Maxey and a few of them decided to put on Music Valley Festival. And he wanted to put on like a state fair. My granddad missed his calling. He should have just been a carny. He loved Ferris wheels and loved all that shit. He went to the carnival convention every year like he owned a carnival. I mean, forever.
Well, I
would
bet
go.
he'd have loved Jesse.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, my granddad was a character in himself. So we had the Music Valley Festival, and Lorrie, you were there, and Keith had just had his first big radio song, and I mean, it did well. And I remember standing there, and my granddad brought me over, and of course I knew who you were, but I was so young, but with Randy and Ricky Van and everybody around me in Porter growing up, I was a 10 or 11-year-old that was plugged into country music back then. And I met your dad, and I remember standing there on the side of the stage, and Pee Wee was there that night. I don't remember if George played or not, But y'all got up together on stage, and I don't remember if it was before or after Keith sang. And we stood there, and John A. said, "There's a legend in the making right there." And everybody was standing there watching your dad sing to a pasture. And the stage, Bobby, is on the Gleaves farm, that where the stage was, if you go down past Santa Fe, the big field on the left, you remember this?
Uh-huh.
And the stage was there playing down, and everybody was lower, and it was a 100-acre field that had Ferris wheels and all this going on. And Keith took the stage, and everybody was mesmerized.
Yes.
And you just
He had that effect.
you could tell he was at the right time with his talent.
And you know the one thing about Keith, I wish that Jesse could have known about Keith, was that he was so kind.
Oh yeah.
He never met a stranger, always smiled, always had that handshake. He was just happy to be around people, around music. He just, again, a person you would look at and never know there was a problem.
Yeah.
Never know there was a problem.
He came off the stage. I got introduced. He knelt down, shook my hand. We got a picture made. I
He
remember
knelt
that.
down.
Yeah, I was little. I mean, I was a little bitty. You know.
Like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah, no, he
Talking
knelt
about?
down and got to my level, when he came off
Yeah,
stage. He'd
yeah.
squat. I mean, I was a little bitty fella. And I used to have the picture, and like life, you don't have digital
Yes.
stuff. Pictures just
They go
get
away.
left
in a
and
box.
Yes,
in the box.
stick together.
Stick together and rip apart.
I'm constantly taking pictures of them. When I pull them out, I get my phone now and take pics of old pics.
Oh yeah.
Now, how did you meet Keith?
I met him on Ralph Emery's morning show.
Okay.
But he was married at the
Okay.
time. He was married to Kathy. And then I told you I was a receptionist at Acre Rose. And one day I was walking through the back, going to get a Coke out of the Coke machine. And there's a studio in Acre Rose in the back where all the writers would go do their demos. And Newberry and Don Gibson and just a few peons would go in. And
Just a
I
few
heard
peons.
I heard this guy singing in the studio, and I thought, that is the best country voice I've ever heard in my life. And he was singing "Does Fort Worth Ever Cross Your Mind?" He did the demo on it before George released it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so I stuck my head in the studio, and Don Gant and Ronnie Gant were in there. Of course, Don was producing Keith. And I was just mesmerized by his voice. And he came out into the studio room, and I said, "Hi, I'm Lorrie Morgan." He said, "I know who you are. I loved your record, the old Someday We'll Be Together." Anyway, I said, "What?" I didn't even know anybody ever heard that song. He said, "Well, this is my wife, Kathy." And I went, "Oh, shit." And so, but anyway, the next time I ran into him, he was coming off right at the peak of Miami. And I was on my way to the Opry that night to sing. It was Saturday night. And it was the warm-up show. And Keith Bilbrey was on, and I was on at 8 o'clock that night or something. And so the warm-up show was just over, and he had just finished playing Miami. Well, I pulled my car over on Briley Parkway to listen to Miami. And all of a sudden, Keith Bilbrey said, "Yeah, that's Keith Whitley with the number 15 this week in the charts, and Keith's going to be on our show tonight." And I hauled butt to the Opry. I said, I'm going to see him. And at that point, he had, unfortunately for them, but he had a divorce and asked me out.
I'll be dang.
We went out
Right
the
there
next
at the
day.
Opry.
Yeah,
I'll be dang. That's a hell of a country
That is
story.
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever heard that story.
Go Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Man.
Yeah, and the rest is history
The
right
rest
here.
is-
Here I am. The rest is, well,
This.
It must have worked.
yeah.
There's the receipt. There's the receipt.
Yes, there
That's
is.
pretty
Here I am.
good right there. That's great. That's what you need on a jersey, the receipt.
Yeah, I love
That is
that.
hilarious.
That is
Whitley, the
good right
receipt.
there.
Yeah. That's my nickname, the receipt.
So Jesse, when did it kind of kick in with you as you were growing up? You know, not necessarily who your dad was, but the aura around him, the legendary status, you know, the icon.
Yeah.
Do you remember kind of something that kind of triggered you that just said, damn, you know?
Well, I'd always heard, you know, they're all like my teachers growing up and friends' dads and parents were always, you know, man, I loved your dad. Man, I loved your dad. And I always knew there was something special. But until I got older and I could really understand, you know, what an impact he actually had and still does have.
Absolutely.
You know, so it did take a while, but I always knew there was something special. But, you know, once I got older and I could understand, you know, the things that he was singing about and what he was talking about and what he actually meant to people. I mean, there's people that just as fans, I mean, that still cry just talking about him. You know, there's two older ladies that go every other week and sit down at his grave in chairs. They just sit there and they listen to his music for 30, 45 minutes and they leave. And they every other week. And we run into him every now and then over there and all they do is cry.
Yeah. Well, I think there's artists that, you know, and country music's got a little bit of an advantage over other genres, that certain songs and lyrics, you know, touch people. And the person delivering those lyrics a lot of times make such an impact on somebody. You never know what it is. It could be a song that reminds them of their dad and they played that with their dad, you know, as he was dying or something. And it just stays with them. It's a tie to an emotion. And there's very few artists that, you know, just decade after decade, whatever that memory is, it's branded.
Yeah. And
like a cow, you know.
And
just,
right now it's really, I mean, it's like he's firing back up like that.
Yeah, it's
and there's kids that are, I mean, 15, 16, 17 years old that I see on social media that are obsessed.
Making videos,
you know,
and playing the songs.
Who's the young guy that you asked to do the show?
That's Sonny Black, but he's not as young. He's not 16 or 17.
No, but he's young and he is into Keith Whitley.
Yeah, there's, I mean, there's people who are just, and it's crazy to see that now, you know, that, you know, you've got these guys like Zach Top that are playing 90s style country, you know, and that's, you know, you've got Hardy and Morgan Wallen and people that talk about my dad in their music. And it's like a whole new undiscovered world for some of these people. You know, it's
well, there's people like Frank Sinatra that'll phase in and phase out, you know, through decades. You kind of have a something different. I mean, like I said, there's very few artists that carry that power through the decades, and Keith's certainly one of those. And, you know, and I think it's certainly part of what you guys have done through the years with the concert and the memorial ride, and that's a perfect segue for you to talk about the golf tournament coming up.
Yeah.
Tell everybody how they can participate and what you're doing.
You can go to any of my socials, which all my social medias are all Jesse Keith Whitley. It's very simple. But we're doing a golf tournament May 7th. We wanted to do it. We wanted to do it on May 9th, you know, which is when my dad passed in '89. But it's on a Sunday, so it's hard for a lot of people to get, you know, out of town. And so we're doing it on the 7th, which is a Thursday, and we've got 36 celebrities, 36 teams. We're doing it at 12 Stones again this year, so it's our second one. We're excited about it too.
Well, we're excited to help with it.
Yeah, y'all are doing y'all are a major sponsor.
Yep. The Palace, and then anything the scoreboard can do to help with it, with prizes and things like that.
Yeah, we're excited about having it.
Y'all have a party thing here for it, or is it all out at the golf course? Or is it?
We're doing everything's got to, as far as like the awards and all that. We actually had thought about doing it at a friend of mine's pizza joint, but we're not sure. We might have to kind of revisit that at this point right now, because we've heard a lot of people are staying right here. So might have to rethink that.
But the ride this year, talk about that too.
The ride
that's great.
this is the 36th annual ride.
36.
Yeah,
Can
crazy.
you believe it?
No,
That's time flies, man.
Yeah.
no.
I told Barrett the other day, the past 8 years of my life just went by like, I look, Facebook's
crazy.
a huge reminder when it throws up
Oh,
those
Yeah,
The
memories.
memories.
Facebook
The memories.
will remind you
Shit,
real
that was
quick.
8 years
Yeah.
ago? It felt like yesterday.
Well, and oddly enough, you say that a couple weeks ago, I had a memory pop up from the ride, and it was just a late picture that got posted. And when I kind of stepped in to kind of take over everything with the ride, this was before anybody else got involved with it. My cousin Kim is actually who started it, and she'd got sick, and it just kind of faded off. But there was that group of like 20 or 25 people that never quit coming, ever. And I was like, you know what? Let's start doing this again. But anyway, I had everybody over to my house. I had a house on Neely's Bend, and I had everybody over to the house, and there was like 15 people there, and that was all that was on the ride that year. It wasn't a bunch of people, and it's really picked back up. But we do it the last full weekend of June every year. Usually it's like the 25th, 26th, 27th, or maybe the 26th, 27th, 28th, just kind of falls in that area. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we have a food truck at the hotel.
What
Thursday
hotel?
in Red Roof Inn in
Yep.
Gilletsville. We have events there every night. We always have a big tent set up. We've got a small stage set up. Do kind of like open mic nights. Let anybody who's whatever can come play music.
And there will be no wheelies or burnouts done in the parking lot.
So last year we didn't get to confirm. Last year me and Mom were out of town, and we didn't get to be there last year. So unfortunately, a couple things kind of got dropped through the cracks.
A little Western.
But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, I've already confirmed the guys with the stunt team and that puts on the motorcycle show. They're gonna be there this year. They're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do the show here, which is gonna be a little different. We're gonna do like a midday show this year instead of sending everybody back to the hotel to drink more beer.
And then go out
To
of here.
jump back on the bike,
Right.
to come back over here to drink more beer,
He goes
to turn around, to go back, to go
just
slow
ride
again.
in.
So
Where does the ride take place from? The hotel out there in
it goes,
Gillespie?
yep. From there, we go by their old house, and then we go
Set
to
up
the
off like Graycroft or up in that area?
that's
did
where
some-
she grew. That's where she grew up.
Okay.
But the reason they went by Graycroft is because my mom lives there.
Right.
And so all the bikes would go by.
I remember that.
But not only that,
I
was
used to
also
live
a
off
much
of Graycroft.
easier route to block through those areas and everything. So we come down Dickerson Road, we'll cut around through Garrett Drive and come back out onto Dickerson Road, come down to where Dickerson and OHB intersect, take a left, come up to Graycroft, turn right, go down to where Graycroft and Due West intersect,
Yeah.
take a left to where Due West intersects.
And then go to the cemetery.
Gallatin.
Gallatin Road.
I'm just painting out the route here, so in case any Metro police listen to this, they know that that's us on that route. But yeah, so we're gonna do like a midday thing here, which is gonna be fun. It'll be different,
Can I interject one thing? I think one of my favorite parts of the ride is when everybody's at the cemetery and people will take the guitar.
Yep.
And they sing,
Pass it
and
around.
everybody,
Very cool.
this big crowd out there, and everybody's quiet,
That's
and
great.
everybody sings right on Keith's grave, and
Right.
Keith's. It's really a sweet moment.
Yeah, it is. It's and to see some of these people that have, there's a friend of mine's been coming on the ride for 34 years
Wow.
every year.
I can't believe 36 years.
I know.
I was young in that field when y'all were singing.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
he,
you
mackerel.
thi-
Y'all
this
were
May 9th will be
kids.
37 years. 37 years because the ride was started a year after he passed.
Okay.
So this May 9th will be 37 years.
Huh.
There, that add one
Yeah,
more
thanks.
to it for you.
Thanks. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
So we got the golf tournament in May, which sounds like that thing's going to blow up.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
then the ride at the latter part of June. What is the exact date?
25, 26, 27. The
Okay.
show will be the 27th here, which is her birthday.
That's right. That's right. We've already got us a birthday cake.
That's
Ready-
right. Just
ready
give me
to roll.
hot chicken. I'll be fine.
That's what we need. A big birthday cake looks like hot chicken.
There you go. Yeah.
I'll challenge them to that.
Yeah.
So tell us about this rumor, I guess, at this point, that maybe y'all have found some old recordings
Yep.
that you didn't know about.
There was some stuff that was, and not for lack of anybody trying to hide it or anything like that. It was just kind of buried.
Right.
And, there was people that were supposed to be working this catalog that weren't working things. And we should have known about this stuff, but it's kind of cool that we're just now finding out about it because there's a lot of stuff that one, he's written, and two, that was never, there's some stuff that I've never even heard, I'm sure, which doesn't mean
I haven't either.
Which doesn't mean that she hasn't heard it. You know what I'm
he
saying?
played me
But-
one the other day, and I said, "That ain't Daddy." He said, "Yes, it is."
and it's we don't
Because
have
you didn't know the song or it didn't sound like him?
It just was a young Keith,
Really, just
and the song was just
That's
it,
cool.
it was
That makes-
awesome. I was
that
like,
gives
Wow.
me goosebumps.
yeah, and it's cool. Like I said, there's a few that he's written. There's quite a few that he's written that have the original demos on it, and there's some that he didn't write that he's singing on that had been put in a box, you know, and
Now, for somebody like me that isn't, and people that are listening that don't quite understand the lingo, are they songs that he put, in an official studio and they put it in a can and it just got lost, or is this just like
Yeah.
some
him
of them
sitting
are
around
yes.
singing into a tape recorder?
Some of them are yes, and some of them are just like a studio demo with acoustic
Wow.
guitar.
right.
I think the only one is the original version of "Tell Lorrie I Love Her." That's him and basically a tape recorder, right?
Yeah.
Him and a
I
cassette
think
player.
that's pretty much. There's a few that have been around that
Right.
people have heard before, but some of this stuff
And
is
it's coming at a great time too because we're doing a documentary
Yeah.
on Keith.
Oh, you are.
That's great.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not doing it.
Blake Shelton and Lee Metzger.
Lee Metzger are doing this huge
Wow. That's
documentary.
Perfect timing.
Hope to be movie one day on
Yeah.
on Keith, and so we've been working on that for a year, and then we find all these songs,
Yeah.
and so that opens
It's like a
up
buried treasure you
yeah,
found.
yeah.
That's exactly what it
Literally.
is.
Like a
Liter-
time capsule.
And it's
Yeah,
somebody actually made a post about it, and we were trying to keep it under wraps.
Right.
Was the plan. We did a podcast, and we were like, "Hey, look,
Dylan Weldon.
yeah." And I love Dylan.
We just had him last
Yeah.
Dylan's a
He mentioned
great
it. He mentioned
dude.
it.
He mentioned
and it
his
was
screw
like-
up.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yep.
It was
That's
like,
pretty
hey,
much what he said.
let us know before you do this, so we can make sure that this is whatever.
Right.
And it hit the airwaves, and
Man, people freaked out.
so I had just talked to my manager, and we were like, "Hey, look, we're not going to say a word about this right now. We don't want anybody to know." And 10 minutes after I get off the phone with her, she calls me, and she's in my ass.
I bet.
What the hell are you thinking? And I didn't know yet. I said, who the hell are you talking to? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
She's like, I told you not. I said, I didn't say anything. She's like, you need to look at Facebook. And I opened up Facebook and it's everywhere. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I said, well, I didn't say anything. Here's what happened. And it was on the podcast. And she was like, all right, damage control. Hold on.
Like a
Let's
probably
figure this
maybe.
out.
It
So,
was like a probably maybe kind of thing.
and luckily, I didn't put a date on it,
Right.
you know, so I wasn't like it's coming out in the fall or
Right.
whatever. But, you know.
Hell, I don't know. Long way down the road, it might work out better.
Yeah.
You know, it's
So
fired up everybody.
Now when I'm asked, I'm like, all I know is we found the
There's
music.
no
Yeah.
such thing as bad press.
Right.
No.
Somebody told me that one time, and
That was
it
Sammy
didn't-
Kershaw told me.
Do your Sammy. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Well, I had a bunch of hits back in the mid to late 90s. Matches, Cadillac style. The queen of my double wide trailer right here. You know, I had a sponsor with Louisiana hot sauce for a while. I think I did David Letterman one night, I think, with Louisiana. Yeah.
That's
Oh.
pretty good. That's pretty spot on.
Tell him,
Cigarette,
tell
man.
him what he'd say. Tell him
Oh.
what he'd say. He smoked Kent.
Kent 100s.
Okay.
Ultra
He'd-
Kings.
He'd already
Ultra
tell
Kings.
Jesse.
He'd call me on the phone, and
He's on his way home from school or something.
I'm gonna say it just like he would do me when he'd call me. So my ex-girlfriend worked at Sonic, and I'd leave school. When I'd leave school, I'd go to Sonic. Phone ring. Hello. Hey. Go to the store, get me a fucking pack of cigarettes, and bring me home some gas. I'm like,
Gasoline.
and you a Sonic? Yes, sir. Bring me a root beer float, extra thick. All right, come on now. And he'd hang up. And I'm like, and then I'd think about it, and I'm like, I can't buy cigarettes.
Right,
And I'd
yeah.
go in there, and they would know, they were waiting. You know,
Right,
they'd have the
right.
carton sitting there waiting. You couldn't get away with that shit now.
No,
you know?
hell, they'd throw
Thank
everybody
God.
in jail.
Yeah.
Hell,
God.
and of all cigarettes, Kent Ultra.
Kent,
what was it?
Kent 100
Kent
Ultra
100s.
Kings. They were 100s. They had the maroon
Yeah. and
sides and the off-white center.
I've never heard of the brand.
That's
much
a-
less
that's a
anybody
fucking Cajun
requesting it.
thing, that's
I
why.
guess. Coon asses do everything differently.
Louisiana.
That's,
Yeah,
that's Louisiana.
There's
Got a lot of holes
in Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
You got me talking like that.
Somebody make him mad. He'd say, "There's a lot of holes in Louisiana."
That's pretty good. That is good.
But you got to do some Trump. You got to do some Trump.
All the people, the wonderful hot chicken here. Could be the best hot chicken ever. Not sure. Could be the most beautiful presentation for all the people.
That's pretty good, man. Holy cow.
Burns my tongue.
Yeah. Burns my
It burns my tongue sometimes. Not all the time. Maybe the hot one. Could be the mild. Not sure.
I didn't know you had that talent.
He
Stand-up
gets
night,
in
man.
a argument on my bus between Sammy Kershaw and Donald Trump.
Oh, wow.
It is.
That is pretty good.
I'm
That's
telling
talent,
you, it's
man.
one of the funniest things I've
That's
ever heard
talent.
in my life.
That's funny. I don't know what the hell you're going to do with it, but it's funny.
It's great.
Yeah,
It's a
Passes the time.
yeah. It's
Yeah, that's
and
a
I
good-
do also like Mom's drummer, her guitar player,
Yeah, and my piano player.
and her piano player.
He's got the whole band.
They're all sitting there, and I'm having a conversation by myself with all three of them.
That is too funny.
And they're on the floor.
That's what you need to do is have the intro for your mom. When she gets ready to go on stage, you ought to have Trump introduce her, you know.
I'm not quite sure. I think that's
Illegal.
It could be illegal.
Yeah, maybe.
Not sure. Have to look into it for all the people involved.
All the people. So on the buried treasure of music that y'all found, as you've listened to them, would you guys have the ability to take the songs and if they're not quite like, you think they should be, could y'all
them up.
co-write
Oh,
them?
yeah.
You could add words to them and
There's-
co-write it?
I don't know about that.
There's some things that
I don't
haven't
know
been
AI
finished.
That. I don't know.
There's some things that we wouldn't AI it, but there's some things that haven't been finished.
Like if you wanted to take a song that was maybe not fully baked out, that he's got on there, and he's
Like
saying,
something that's not finished, maybe.
yeah, all the way, and say, man, Zach Top would really do a good job, and then you and your mom could add the finished words to
Be
it,
a co-write with us three. How awesome.
and then have Zach sing the song.
Yeah,
if
how
it was
awesome
an
would that
unfinished
be?
song,
Yeah. I mean,
you
yeah,
know?
that's definitely.
So you would be able to do things like that.
Yeah,
that's a
absolutely.
great idea.
How
I'm not
cool.
trying to ignore you, but I have a bad
Oh,
sciatica.
no, you're fine.
And
She's
it,
trying to ignore
She's
you.
like, I don't want to look at him.
no,
He's fat.
I do.
That's code
I
word.
want to
I
so
told her not to
badly.
look.
That's code word for more tequila.
No, it's not. It's a code word for anybody getting pain pills.
That is good. How do y'all feel about trying a little hot chicken?
Let's do it.
Hot chicken. The one closest to use the less hot.
Mild,
Next. 1, 2,
medium,
3.
and hot.
We'll slide this right here, Barrett. You gonna start with this one? Mm-hmm. Here you go.
Well,
So while
Bobby?
we're eating,
Man,
come on.
go on, give me one, buddy.
Get your little nuggie.
Nugget.
This is the mild, right?
yes,
I'll tell you what's good is the bread.
you're right. Always.
I am super.
Scared?
No, I eat this all the time.
Oh.
Actually, I always get the lighter. The hot, too hot to me is just okay. I don't know. It just
Well,
gets,
I've had
I'm
their.
not a sissy, which I guess I am, but sissy the hot.
I
the
think
super
Jesse
hot,
has
hot.
that all the time.
I do. I was gonna tell you
Tell me.
a story about the Hiroshima. Mm-hmm. So
Is that the next level?
I think today it's mild hot and Satan's tongue. I don't think we have Hiroshima. Hiroshima's up.
Yeah.
so
Another one.
it snowed one year. It snowed big, and Scoreboards was the only place open. So I called and put in a
always
hot
that way.
chicken order.
It's the Alamo.
Yeah. I called and put a hot chicken order in and sent my cousin out here to get it. And I said, you go get the hot chicken, I'll go get the plates and the milk. We good to go. I said, I'll get the beer, whatever. And so we got Hiroshima, Satan's tongue, and hot, and just a shitload of fries. And we got to the house, and we were excited. We were going to drink some beers and go cruising around the neighborhood and, raise hell a little bit after the hot chicken. And so break it out. We had a couple pieces of the hot, and we were going to save the hot for later. And
Good
he
thing.
said, hey, let's eat a tender of that Hiroshima. And I was like, all right. Dude, I was laying in the sink pouring milk on my face.
Yeah.
And I'm not, that's not like me. I mean, I can eat the hotter, really the hotter,
You were
the better
probably
for me.
sweating
I mean,
like you were sweating like Macho Man Randy Savage. in
brother,
the
I was
rain.
in pain.
Oh,
I was hurting. And it didn't last very long, maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But
That's
it
long.
was serious. I mean, I've done
So
I've done the world's hottest gummy bears.
Mm-hmm.
Now that
Where the hell are those from?
hell,
Yeah.
Hell.
Satan's ass is
Yeah,
where those are
nothing
from. It's-
sounds good
I mean,
about
they're about this big, and this was like when all those hot challenges were real big, and everybody was wanting to do the hot chip challenge and all that. And my sister called me and she was like, "Hey, I've got one of these world's hottest gummy bears," and I was like, "Well, bring it over." And she brings it over to me, and I mean, you had to take like a freaking razor knife to get into it. I mean, it was serious.
Top secret.
Yeah. So she gave it to me and she was like, do it tonight on your live. And I was like, all right. And I had to cut the live short. I felt like I was dying. I went to the gas station. I got a half gallon of chocolate milk and 2 bottles of Pepto-Bismol and had all of it gone by the time I got back to the house. And at the time, my house was no further than it is from here to Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Wow.
From the gas station. And it was all, and when I walked in the house, my wife was sitting there and she was like, see, told you, should have ate half of it, dumbass.
Wow.
She was like, how does it feel? And I was like, still hurting. It was so
crazy.
bad.
That's bad.
Did
Yeah.
you
So
try
when-
mild?
I did. Yes, ma'am.
So when Barrett-
mild.
Barrett used to mix the actual powder, and I used to bartend
Yep.
at Scoreboard, and this was years ago. and he'd be in the back there mixing it, and he was about the only one that could do it. And there was some emergency times where I had to do it, but you had to put gloves on and a mask because he was back there mixing it one time, and I just walked through the back line, and it just like caught a whiff of some dust that was flying in the air.
A good one.
And it's just like, I mean, it's like somebody shot you.
Same thing happened to Sammy one time at hotchickens.com.
Happened to Randy too.
Went in the bathroom or something and got it on.
Took them to their knees.
Yeah. Let me tell you, when you had your restaurant north of here,
I didn't
the
mean
Hot
to do
Chicken, I don't know what y'all did different, but better than mine, better than Prince's on the moisture of the chicken. Y'all had a secret.
We worked
Y'all-
hard before we ever opened.
Let me tell you how we got ours. You remember Reginald that worked at Prince's?
Yes, I sure do.
He's dead now, but Dad used to try to get them
Oh, that's good.
years ago. Yeah, spot on. To sell us the recipe. So what was the lady's name that ran Prince's, the daughter, forever? I can
Well,
see her
the
face.
daughter, it was Andre was the mom.
She was the mom then.
Yeah.
Okay. So we would try to get her, and Dad would be like, look, we'll open up a Prince's over across from Opryland. You know, when John A. built the strip mall, Dad wanted to put a Prince's at the very end. And she's like, nah, we don't want to fool with that. You know, she was just ahead of the time on the franchise idea that they do now. So he would try to get it. He actually paid people to go to the dumpster to get the spices. And she was so smart that he goes, you're not going to believe this. And I said, what? He goes, they take all the labels off of everything.
They do.
They took everything off. So when they knew somebody was going to get in the dumpster and try to figure it out. So years later, Reginald opened up a little place in East Nashville. And she made him pick. She said, you either go run your barbecue joint or you stay here and work with us. And Reggie says, hell, I'm going to go do my own thing. So he does. Well, it doesn't work out, and he starts losing money. He knew the recipe. So he got behind on his mortgage.
Oh, Lord.
So you know
Lord,
where
I
this
didn't know
goes.
this.
Yeah. So Reginald comes down here, sees Dad, says, Ronnie, I'm in trouble. I need to borrow some money. And Dad says, well, all right. He says, what's wrong? He goes, well, the restaurant hadn't worked out, you know, and I'm behind. And he goes, I'll sell you the recipe. And Dad's like, you'll sell it to me? And he goes, yep. He goes, well, how much do you want? And he's, I need $20,000. Dad said, $20,000? And he goes, yeah, that's what I got to have. So he pages me. That's me years ago it was. And I see it. So I'm like, I call Dad back. I come down to Reginald's in the restaurant. He's got all this shit laid in the back counter. And he says, Reginald's going to work with you this week and teach you
I know all about it.
all the beginning, all the way through.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, I don't know anything about the money part. And he says, each day that he shows up, there's a brown sacks in the safe, and each one's got $3,000 in it. Every day he's here, you give him $3,000. He whittled him down from 20 to 15, and we gave him 3,000 5 days in a row. And this is the big difference on this recipe and what they really did was they kept their flour in brown sacks in the walk-in cooler. They kept their flour always cold, and we didn't have the room to do that and didn't have the time to cook it in lard and in a skillet.
Yeah.
So it's modified to what works for us, but that's how we ended up was she fired Reginald, and then he got in trouble, and that's where it came. But we
He's
couldn't.
passed now, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
Are you going to try that thing?
Hell yeah.
That's all you, dude. I can't do that. I got my limits.
Yeah, I'm good on
Give me one.
Lorrie, y'all had us all beat. Y'all's chicken
Thank you.
was, I thought I liked it better than Prince's because it wasn't as greasy.
No.
And the moisture on the chicken was
We
fantastic.
did have it cornered.
Eat the whole thing.
No, don't make me eat the whole thing. I don't want to die.
John A. would say, she's got the best breast going. And
Yes.
Man, what a day. Well, what a pleasure to have
Wow.
y'all here with us. What
But
a
that's
great
not hot
day.
to me.
It's not?
It's coming.
Oh, is it?
Well,
Yeah.
you took about that much. I ate the whole thing.
That one seems hotter than that.
Give it a minute.
I'll give it.
It's
so,
there.
Jesse, when you and I were talking the other day, yes, sir. And if you don't want to talk about this, we'll edit it out. But it's going to, hopefully, we can leave it in and we can make an announcement later. I didn't know you like to cook so much, and you're coming out with a cookbook. And so, one of the things that I had mentioned on the podcast when we first started talking about this, I said I've always had this idea because so many country music artists like to cook. And they got Meemaw's biscuit recipe or whatever, you know, and they come out with a cookbook. And I was like, man, I'd like to redo the Palace menu with friends that are artists that, you know, if they've got Meemaw's recipe or whatever, that we'll put their product on our menu
And their name.
and then have their cookbooks for sale here at the Palace. And then on the menu
That's
where
a
you can
great
just
idea.
QR code it and say, hey, if you want to order Jesse's cookbook, just QR code. It goes to you. The money goes to you. We don't have anything to do with it. It
That's
goes
a great idea.
wherever you are. It'll just process through. And you ship it. And, you know, all we do is somebody wants to buy it, we'll have it on sale here. And that's a different situation. So today, you're going to go in the back after this is through and do your jalapeno cheddar cheeseburger. And once you teach them that, that'll be the first item that we put on the Palace menu will be your feature.
That's killer.
And then once you get the cookbook, we'll add the QR code on there and, you know, maybe we'll put something else on. But
Love
just an idea I had. And then when we talked, I
Yeah.
thought, well, hell, why wait? We'll just start with you.
Might as
Wow,
well.
that's great.
Let it rip.
I love that.
Go. We're going to be the Cracker Barrel of country cookbooks. Remember, like Cracker Barrel took over selling albums.
Yeah.
We're going to be the.
Do they still do that?
Yeah, they sell CDs.
Yeah.
Not
I think
mine,
some
of
people
course.
are. I think some people are like exclusive to Cracker Barrel
Yeah.
too.
Did you hear me?
What?
Not mine, of course, but they do sell them.
Why do they not have yours?
I don't know. Somebody don't like me there.
We need to
We've been
maybe.
trying to
Did you get into it over some green beans over there with somebody?
But don't get it twisted. She'll send shit back quick, real quick.
Hey, what did Sammy say about holes in?
There's a lot of holes in Louisiana.
Maybe we need to find out who the buyer is at Cracker Barrel
That's
and
Send them to a hole.
We've been trying for years.
and say to them, hey, you know, there's holes in Louisiana, and then there's also the Cumberland Sway. So if we have to,
golly, yeah.
we can bring them to Music Valley and send them down the river.
That is great.
You know.
Well, you know, she doesn't get her album sold in Cracker Barrel. She gets banned from Dollar Generals.
Jesse.
Oh shit! You done raise hell in the Dollar
You got banned from a Dollar
And they're
General?
both Grand Ole Opry sponsors.
How the hell did you get banned from Dollar General?
Well, it's a long story there.
Well,
I wanted a rug, and it had a spot on it. And I asked the guy, I said, if I buy this, I said, and if I can't get the spot out, can I bring it back? He just grabbed it from me, threw it behind the counter, and said, it's damaged goods. It's not for sale.
she wanted it with the stain on it.
Holy shit!
And they said, don't come back?
Oh,
it got worse
It
than
got
that.
worse than that. I
I
said,
see
I'm
what-
sorry, sir. I want that. Well, it's not for sale.
I see what you're saying.
And I don't like your attitude, he said. I said, well, all I'm doing is buying a few things here. What am I doing? I got mad.
I wasn't close enough.
Did he know who you were, or it just
No,
didn't matter at that
he
point?
got mad. I called the cops because I felt threatened.
Oh,
I'm the
Oh,
one
wow.
I'm
This
the one
is-
that got No trespassing.
As Ron Burgundy says, this escalated quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, you can feel it way down in your plums.
Yeah. So the guy no longer works there, so I'm back in.
You're back in.
Wow, okay.
It's not like, oh, brother, where art thou? You've been banned from Woolworth.
I need a bib.
All of them.
That's camo. It blends in.
You gotta here.
I said
wipe
that the
your
other
face,
day.
you're sweating.
It's the great thing about camouflage. You can get stains on camouflage.
It's a
and
new
it just
pattern.
blends right in.
Yep. It's a new dirt pattern.
I don't know about
Called hot
shaded
chicken
camouflage.
camouflage. It's all orange and dark and
Looks like just throw a couple pieces of bread on there.
The chicken is awesome. Mo
Yeah,
got that
chicken
all.
is
Oh, wow.
killer.
Mo got
Great.
that all
Good stuff.
prepared for us.
that is.
You know, I will say I've talked to a couple people. They're like, hey, we're going to go out to Scoreboards. What's some good food? I don't know what y'all have done, man, but y'all's menu is like
Everything
turned around
is so
big
good.
time. And it's everything is solid.
Yeah.
Well, what happens in business, and certainly you'll know this in the restaurant world, you get fixated on things, you know, and Scoreboard during COVID, you know, everybody was just trying to survive. And I have to say, I'm the luckiest guy in the world to have the leadership and management and partners in the company that I did during COVID. And Megan and Dave Griffith and a lot of the guys and Megan pushed music really hard on the deck because we're the only people that could have music. And it kind of started us down a path of going down music and forgot we were a restaurant.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
didn't invest in the food, and recently we have.
Well, it's man, we came out here the other night after a number one party and ate, and it was,
I tell you, it'd be good on that sandwich right there with it hot, right out of the thing. It's a fried egg, right on.
Fried egg, it would be good.
wow.
It would be good.
Right on.
Cure a hangover
Good
real
running
quick.
Friday.
Yeah.
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 So, Lori, before we wind out of here and turn Jesse loose in our kitchen, God knows what's going to happen back there. But
You're gonna film it, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's going to be full production. Tell us what's next on Lori Morgan's radar. Are you touring now? You
I
working
am
on new
touring.
stuff? What's going
I'm
on?
touring. I'm getting ready to do a new album for Time Life, and
Oh, wow.
Gordon Moat is producing it,
Okay.
and
Love Gordy.
I do too.
He's great.
And so we're scheduled to go in April 13th and 14th.
Oh, so soon.
Yeah.
And are you writing the music? Do you
I've
have
written
people?
some of it, and some of it, I'm not that kind that goes, if I didn't write it, I'm not going to record it, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
I
Pass
want-
on too many good
I
things
want the
like that.
best.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
want the best songs. I'm definitely doing a Newberry song and a Larry Gatlin song, and
Is it a Larry Gatlin from years ago, or has he wrote something new? Do you know how old
It's new.
it is?
it was written. It was written about a year and a half ago with me on the road. Yeah, I'm not part writer of it, but
Larry is a good friend.
Larry's a
and-
genius.
And he is.
He is.
It is a
Yeah.
freaking travesty he is not in the Hall of Fame.
I can't believe it.
I talked to John Rich the other day, and apparently he's kind of cranking up a campaign for it. The fact that Larry's not in there, and
That's
he's going to come on the podcast in the future, and I hope by then that we've got kind of our ducks in a row on it.
Let me help you.
I'm good. I'm good.
Lord,
Bobby's
he-
struggling over there. He's got
Yeah.
T-Rex arms when it comes to
Yeah,
getting out there
yeah.
and getting that.
The table's tall and it's too far away.
but that's exciting that Larry's got a cut coming
Yeah.
on it.
And Larry and I are working on a project together called L&L, Lorrie and Larry.
Yeah.
where we write all the songs on it. And
Great.
we started it on a cruise a couple years ago, and then my husband got sick, and we just had to put everything on the back burner. And so we started a few years ago, and we're going to pick up. And he said, as soon as we're done with the Gatlin's tribute, which was a
Right.
couple weeks ago, he said we're going to start picking up writing again. So
He is such a sitting around with him and just shooting a bull.
he's smart.
Oh my
Man,
God.
unbelievable.
And like an encyclopedia
yes,
on
he
music.
is.
Me and you spent a day with him back here, remember?
Yeah. And I talked to him quite a bit.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm out on my boat, my playlist pops up And it's one of his songs. I always shoot him a picture and say, hey, man,
Yeah.
thinking about you. And
That means a lot.
he responds within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I don't
He's
do it at
playing
2
in the golf
o'clock in the
tournament.
morning. Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll smack a white ball. He likes to go.
I didn't think that's where that was going, but okay.
Me too, Jesse.
Start talking about 8 balls. That's his history. You know?
He's smacking over here.
But man, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, I'm excited too, and I'm really excited about going in with Gordon.
So, are you thinking on the new album? Will you do vinyl? Are you thinking about that?
I've got a vinyl out now called "Dead Girl Walking."
Killer album, by the way.
So I was talking to Mark Wills the other day, and I said, hey, I got an idea for the Palace. And if you like the idea, great. And if you don't, it's no big deal. I said, what I'd love to do is to kind of go back and do some throwback things like the old fanfare, but individualize it for an artist. And I said, I'd love to do, because country music fans love the story. Mm-hmm. They love the interaction. They're not always about the show. We've got great people that love the industry. And I said to Mark, I said, man, why don't we do something in the front room of the Palace one night, one afternoon, whatever it is, and we limit it to 200 people. And you come in, and everybody that buys a ticket gets the vinyl record, and then you autograph them, and it's a Q&A, and play a little bit of music. But I think that's what's missing from country music a lot today. It's all arena and flash and a little bit of that roots.
Exactly.
That root stuff, they're yearning for.
You know, they do that at the Opry. Did you know that they have a...
No.
I hadn't been asked to do that, but...
Well, I hope nobody's watching over
I
there.
hope
If
they are.
Dan's watching, don't take my damn idea with Lorrie.
No, they do it.
Okay.
It's already...
they're
already do it.
rolling.
It's just a Q&A, like Jeannie Seeley would go out, and it's like in a little room off the lobby,
Okay.
and she'd talk a little bit to the fans. And
But do they get an album?
no,
Okay.
no, you got that covered.
All right. Yeah. Because that's what it's about. It's
But
like
see,
moving the
they
music.
I hate when they want to do a question and answer, and you're like, and everybody's going, hello, give
Yeah.
me. Somebody fake one. Do something.
Yeah.
Doing?
We're just handing that off.
Nothing.
And what we thought was we wouldn't want 200 people just firing questions. So my idea was to pre-select, say, hey, first 20 people that buy tickets, if you'd like, put your question in.
Yeah.
So we kind of make sure that the questions are appropriate and that you're not up there in silence and everybody's going to be nervous to ask Lorrie the first question. So I've kind of thought that through a little bit, and I just think it would be so unique to Nashville.
I think it's a great
and it's what they expect. People come here and expect the old Opryland experience.
Yeah.
Where you're going to just run into Porter walking from the Flume Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the Flume Zone.
Just before your time, man.
Yeah.
Everybody that comes
She
to
knows
Nashville,
what the
they're
Flume
always
Zone-
looking
He knows
for,
what the Flume Zone. He was a little
they're always
bitty
looking for
boy.
Kenny
I mooned all of
Chesney or-
He
Opryland.
mooned Opryland when he was like 4 years old.
So, and now you've mooned Losers and Opryland, maybe.
Losers for sure. Losers for sure.
You mooned him at Losers?
No, I'm willing to bet maybe.
Yeah.
I was with Ford
Does not-
yesterday and
it
told
does
him you were
not
coming
surprise
in.
me.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Before
banned
what?
me from there too for like 2
Yeah,
years.
they did.
That's like getting banned from, y'all got two hard ones. To get banned from Losers, Scoreboard, and Dollar
That
General
was
is almost
Jesse's
impossible.
first life. I was a witness to some things in Jesse's first life.
Yeah, I mean, and Irv actually banned me to keep me out of trouble.
It was a ban of love.
It was.
Ban of love.
It was, and yeah, I got in a fight out on the patio, right in front of the door, and caused some damage. And Irv was like, "That's it."
Old Irv be out there.
But Jesse,
We'd be on stage playing, and song he'd like, he'd be doing like this.
bless his heart. God rest him.
Yeah, God
Sweetest
rest
man.
him.
He paid our tabs just about every night we played. We'd get down at 3:00 and go to the bartender and be like, "Oh, your tab's paid, Irv. Paid your tab."
You know,
Bless his heart.
the
Thank you.
city of Nashville, with the Irvs and the John A's and the characters through the years, somebody ought to write a book.
Well,
of just
somebody
about
needs
characters.
to. Yeah.
Because man, what a blessed city we've grown
And
up
unfortunately, the new folks that are in, that they'll never get to hanging out at Losers and the Palace and John A's and
Yep.
Stockyard.
Yeah,
Golly,
Stockyard. I brought that up on a
the
podcast.
Stockyard.
That's when you know you're real Nashville, when you can just bring up the Flume Zoom and Stockyards.
Flume Zoom and Stockyard.
Yeah. People say now, where the hell was Stockyard? And you describe, and they're like, there was a club on that side. It had the
Bullpen in there.
Yeah, Bullpen Lounge downstairs. Oh, Tommy Riggs used to play.
Oh my God! Yes, he did.
Yep.
That's where Keith and I used to go there a lot.
It was something.
That's where I first met Rick McClure.
No way.
Yeah.
You want to wrap us on this, man? Before you take us out, I want to say, just from the bottom of my heart, Jesse, you don't maybe realize it, but blood's thick, and man, you've got a grandpa, your mama, your daddy, everybody that is passed down talent, and our city wouldn't be what it is without all of those generations. And we're happy to have you, and happy you're doing great.
Appreciate it, man.
And,
Thank you.
And Lorrie, you're special to the Palace. You're special
Thank
to
you.
my family. And thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
It's
Enjoyed
been
it.
a great day today having y'all here with us. The Nashville Palace podcast is officially a podcast, I think, after today.
Yay.
We are
We
happy.
solidified
And I'm
it.
so blessed for years to have known Jesse, and heck, he and I were on the phone about something totally different the other night.
Yeah.
Just chit-chatting, but
It was a good
thank y'all for
conversation,
being
too.
here. Yeah, for sure. Thank y'all for being here with us, man. It's been
It's been an honor. Thank
been
you.
a good day. Jesse's going to
definitely.
get in the kitchen, maybe do a little cooking, maybe.
Most definitely.
Let's do
Cooking.
it. The new burger at the Nashville Palace, the Jesse Keith Whitley stuffed jalapeno cheeseburger.
We're here today to check out Jesse's colon. See how in the hell she's roasting and getting ready for this jalapeno burger.
Yeah, after the
See how much damage the jalapeno burgers have done to the colon. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you?
Let's do it.
High five.
High five.
All right. You want to hold that?
I will.
So we'll dump the diced and sauteed jalapenos in there. Go ahead, put them onions in
We're
there.
gonna get them onions down in there.
So now we'll throw the cheese in there too. Now let's throw a little bit of garlic in there. We're gonna save those to top it.
Top it. We're topping it with those onions.
Then a little bit of onion powder.
Ooh.
And we'll throw a little bit of lemon juice in there just to give it a bite. It brings out the heat in the jalapenos. Now we get our hands down in there and mix it all up.
I never dreamed that I would be doing stuffed jalapeno cheddar burgers with Jesse Keith Whitley in the Nashville Palace kitchen.
And this is the first time for everything,
First
isn't it?
year.
Yeah. This is pretty wild. I'm pretty excited about it. This is going to be on the menu.
That's what, that's what they're telling me. It's going to be a Jesse Keith Whitley burger on the menu.
Let's go. Love that. And this isn't meant to be super hot, but you want to have a little heat.
Good.
You want to have a little heat with it, which is why you put the lemon juice in there. That citrus will really bring out the heat and the flavor of the jalapenos and the onions.
Yeah. It's all going together pretty well.
Yeah, seems to be.
So how thick do you do them patties? You think?
Man, I'd eyeball it.
Yeah.
Just kind of, we'll get in there and get a,
Just a good baseball.
yeah.
Gonna come over here and get her on the grill.
There's a good patty right there. Yeah, it's, make sure you don't need to have to be super pretty,
Yeah.
Uh,
I think I might make a
let's,
pat-
let's,
I think I might
yeah,
make
get you
one.
in there and make
I'm
one.
gonna make one. Softball size.
Yeah. There you go.
Cooking with Jesse Whitley. Y'all better look
I
out.
want to come bush hog with you.
Well, We can do that one day too.
Okay.
Crew out there and ride along. Y'all ready?
Let's go. Get her on there.
Man.
Okay.
Want to put a little something on top of there, or you good until it's
We
done?
just need some salt and pepper. Oh yeah. Coming
Doing
along.
this thing.
Yeah. let's
Nice
go.
and hot.
Yeah.
Now-
You want to get a good char on them anyway.
When you get that on the bun, we'll top it with what? Some of the onions?
Some
or something?
mayo, some tomato, and onion.
I'm a mustard guy. I
Okay.
like mustard.
You like mustard?
I like
you can throw
mustard.
some mustard on there.
Salt and pepper coming up. No. Mostaza.
Let's go. That's a good shit too, man. Love
I
that.
like mustard.
So you like the mustard? Bobby likes the mustard. You
I
not
love
like
mustard.
mayo?
I love mayo. Yeah, I love it. I like more of the mustard and a little bit of some pickles. I like pickles on a burger. Got any pickles?
Oh, that one kind of came apart there a little bit, Bobby.
It's all right. You might want to leave it to sit there a little longer.
It'll stay. We'll let them go. That's the top anyway.
It's beautiful.
Smells good.
It does smell good.
Let's see what happens here.
I didn't think I was going to eat again today, but I'm going to have to now.
Yeah, they're going good. So get a good char on them. Let that jalapeno, let the onion, all of it soak into each other.
Nice.
Yeah.
On today's episode's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives,
Triple D.
Triple T.
Hey, did you see Stale Cracker was on Guys Grocery Games? That was awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Guys, grocery games. That is a flame broiled burger. Here in a minute, we're going to need a fire extinguisher.
I love flame grilled burgers.
How do you like your burgers? Like a medium or like a medium
I
well?
like a medium. What about you?
I'm a medium well, a little pink, maybe a little pink.
Yeah. Well, we'll make sure yours is liberally done.
Oh, yeah.
These might be the ones right there, buddy. Kind of staying together about like a deer burger would.
If you want to go ahead and go over there and get those plated up, we could probably get
All
Bo
right.
to cook off
Yeah.
the rest of these.
Yeah. We'll put the mayo on the bottom. You know what? I'm gonna put mustard on mine too. How about that?
Mustard's good, man. Some people don't like mustard. I've met a lot of people that don't like mustard. I'm a mustard guy. Thank you.
I don't mind mustard. Okay.
You got the heirloom tomato.
Let's go. There's that. There's that. Some charred onion.
Yeah. Put her down. I'm gonna smash mine. I like to smash mine a little bit.
See, but here.
It's a jalapeno.
There you
It's
go.
beautiful.
Does look pretty damn good.
It does.
Now I think how I'm gonna do mine, I'm gonna pull that back out. I'm gonna do exactly what you just did there. I'm gonna
Smash her down. Here, cheers.
cheers.
Oh my God. Buddy, you did it perfect. My
That's
man.
killer.
It is great. Nashville Palace, suggestion Keith Whitley, jalapeno cheddar burger. Come on, get you some.
That's money.
Mm-hmm.